Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining me in this conference. My name is Saumu Salim. I am a teacher from Tanzania. I am teaching English and literature. In this conference today, I'm going to present to you my topic that I did research on it. The topic is all about developing student leadership through establishment of a student council. And the case study was Pongwe Islamic Girls Secondary School in Tanzania. And in this research, I have the content I'll pass through in part of the introduction, the research questions, abstract, the methodology I used to get together the data, findings and discussion, and the last one we are going to check the implication of my research. Yes, the topic, in establishing leadership to students through leadership counseling. This is a very wide term, as we can see that in 21st century world, the leaders, teachers, and all education stakeholders, it is very important to develop leadership to students or to young, because previously we had the belief that leadership is an inborn character, but this is incorrect. And even here in Tanzania, most of people are still believing that when it comes to leadership, they believe that this is an inborn character. But through this research, we can see that it is incorrect by believing that leadership is an inborn character. This is because everybody can be a leader, even the young can be leaders through developing them. Through designing different activities, different programs, we can build these student leaders and even other leaders. As I told you that the case study is going to be Pongwe Islamic Girls Secondary School. So in this research, we are going to pass through what are the activities we designed within the school, what were the programs were designed within the school to make sure that the students can be developed to be leaders, and to move off the notion that leadership is an inborn character. Okay, so in my research, I passed through 3 questions that guided me to pass through or to get out my findings and discussion in the research. The first question, it was, why is it important to develop leadership skills to students at PIGS? When you hear PIGS, means Pongwe Islamic Girls Secondary School. And the next question, it was, what are the successful desired outcomes of student leadership activities at PIGS? And the last question, it was, is leadership in education program effective in creating student leadership with minimal prior leadership qualities? So as I told you, the research question, they acted like my engine. They guide me what to do and what to find and what to discuss within the research. So in this research, we are going to answer these 3 questions that I used in gathering the data and answering the 3 questions. It was interview, and the next interview 15 students. 5 students were the leader in 2020, and 5 students were the leader in 2021, and other 5 students who were not leaders, and 5 staff members. Yes, as I told you that leadership is not an inborn character. Instead, but leadership is created, leadership is empowered, and everybody can be a leader. Among all the activities that we designed in the school, especially here at Pongwe Islamic Girls Secondary School, is to empower the student leaders, to show them that they are very important. As we can see there in a school organization chart, most of the school organization chart, you just see from maybe from the administration up to the staffs, but in your organization chart, we didn't only look on the administrators and the teachers only. Even the student council or student leaders were included in our organization chart. This means what? This means that everything within the school cannot be run without including the student leaders. That means the student leaders are very important in implementing all curriculum activities and non-curriculum activities around the school. All we can say that student leaders are very important in making sure that we achieve the school culture. That's why we have included the student leaders or the student council in the organization chart. Okay, so the interviews, we did the interviews, as I told you, that the interview to student leaders of 2021 and 2020, and likewise to staffs, to show the difference, what was the difference to leaders in 2020 and something new that has been introduced to remove the notion that the leadership is not an inborn character. So as I told that we interviewed several students to give out their findings, their views, their ideas, how the school has changed from the notion that leadership is an inborn character, and it is not an inborn character, but can be created and empowered. So the videos there shows the voice of a student airing their views concerning about the difference of leadership activities, and the difference of leadership activities that were designed in 2021 that were very different from 2020. The student is trying to explain the difference of leadership in 2021 and the 2020. She's trying to give out the views that leadership is something that can be created. Leadership is something that can be empowered, and everybody can be a leader. For example, the student there in the interview previously, she was not a leader, but she just came up that, yes, I want to be a leader and I can handle to be a leader. And we empowered her. She took the position, and she is a head girl at the school. From being a normal person and becoming a head girl, from her own perception is that I want to be a leader. We empowered her. We give them a lot of training, a lot of seminars. They come up with their own responsibilities, that when I want to be a leader or a head girl, I'm going to do this and this and this. And finally, we just documented their responsibility.
My name is Zulfa Haji Kawabaka. I'm the head girl of the school. We have been trained. In this year, most of the leaders have been trained, different from the previous year. The previous year, there were no training of the leaders when they are being chosen. But this year, the leaders were being given seminars, trained, given the responsibilities, everybody's responsibility, and the position from the lowest position to the highest position of the leadership. My achievement as being a leader, I achieve a lot. First, I gain confidence speaking in front of many people than before when I wasn't a leader. And also, I am doing things which are good in order when people they can copy it from me, they gain also good, not negative.
Okay, so in the research, these are the findings that I come up with from the three questions. The first question, it was, why is it important to develop leadership skills to students at PIGS? So in 2021, I have seen that not really seen as very important area for development, that leadership was in last year, it was yes, it was there within the school, but it was not considered very important. It was just like a normal things that maybe a part and parcel of the school, that the leaders should be there, but they were not taken very, really important. But in 2021, leadership has been developed, and the leadership to student has been taken as a very important program, and different programs, and the students were given different opportunities to be leaders. The leadership was not maybe in terms of management, no thank you. Instead, the leadership was empowered or was given to students themselves. Teachers, management were just facilitators or were just given the assistance. And also in 2020, student leaders are in last year, 2020, student leaders are chosen by school management, and they will do the task given to them. Yes, as in last year, the student leaders, we were the just management teachers and other leaders. We were just sitting on the table deciding that student X is going to be a leader, student Y is going to be a leader. Why we did so because we were believing that leadership is an inborn character. So we see maybe somebody is having leadership qualities, but in this year, it was different. We didn't choose the leaders. We didn't sit on the table to choose the leaders. Instead, student leadership was integrated to organization charts, and even leaders were given the chance themselves to come up with the idea that, yes, I want to be a leader because I have the ability. I know that I can lead people. And also even in decision making, when it comes to decision making, especially when we are deciding things, matters that are affecting the welfare of the student directly. We sit on the tables with the leaders, with the student leaders to represent their fellow students, to come up with their views, what they want, what they need, and we tend to listen them. And the last things in 2020, leadership competence are inborn character, and teachers and the staff make the decision. As I told you that last year, it was the management sitting on the table and the teachers to discuss that this is going to be a leader, this is not going to be a leader. But this year it was quite different. Students were having competencies, students were having the decision making, students have improved even their communication skills. And something that I want to share is even the students, they come up with their own idea that they even introduced some of the leadership position to students that were not existing in last year. So, for example, in this year we have the general secretary position. It was the student herself coming up with this idea that, yes, I want to be the general secretary because I know that being a general secretary, I'm going to do this and this and this. And so at the end of the time, the organization accepted as, yes, it is important to have this kind of position to the student. So from there, we come up to know that, yes, that leadership, it is not an inborn, instead empowering the student, giving them the position, believing them and entrusting them. Of course, they can be leaders. Yes, the discussion I have to this research is the students' leadership is integral to positive community impact and individual student growth. Assigning students different responsibilities through counseling and empowering them increase their leadership competence and the commitment in social and the academic aspect. This means that when we empower the students, when we assign the student the roles and the responsibilities of being a leader, it is not made. It is something that build themselves, grow the students, and also it increase the competence to themselves and the commitment in social and even in academic aspect. Also, the discussion. Another thing is the different activities designed within the school have the greatest opportunity to boost their leadership qualities. Yes. So within the school communities, we have to design different activities because the activities are the one that are boosting the leadership qualities. For example, designing activities like giving seminars, giving trainings, all of that one, they build the leadership skills to them. Also, even giving them the chance to attend different workshops that are concerning to leadership, can be leadership to students, even leadership to elders. All of that one boosts the leadership qualities to students. The last thing is students come up with their own interest to be leaders and the position they need to lead. Yes. When it reaches, when students are having the leadership qualities, at the end of the time, somebody is going to, herself or himself is going to decide that, yes, I want to be a leader and I need to be a leader. And she may even come up with the idea that I want to be in this position. As I told you previously, that within the school in this year, we even come up with the student who is introducing the new leadership position that last year was not existing. She just come up that she wants to be the general secretary, and she knows the responsibility of general secretary. And we're really accepting that But why she come up with that kind of idea? It was just because she's having the leadership qualities and she's having the leadership skills. Because somebody may not understand that I need to be a leader if you don't have even the skills of being a leader. In summary, I can say that the development of student leadership increases the confidence in facing daily challenges and improving their skills. Of course, because being a leader, they come up with a lot of things. They tend to do a lot of activities. So a lot of the activities they are doing increases their confidence in facing the daily challenges. You know, the leaders within the school, they are part and parcel of the council. So they have even the matters that are that are facing their fellow students. So they solve them. So the time they are solving the problems that are facing their fellow students, they come up with the confidence. As even in the organization chart, we have seen the hierarchy that we are starting from the student, then to the student leader. So when the student is having the problem, she's not just passing directly to the teacher. No, she have to pass to the leader, then to the teacher, up to the highest level of organization. So having that one, it increases the confidence and improve their skills. Also, the student leaders are responsible in implementing the project process of school transformation. That in any school, we have the transformation and we have the levels of responsibility. As you can see there from the picture, we have the school, we have parents, we have leadership, we have teachers, and we have the students. So students, leaders, and students are part and parcel in the transformation of the school. So student leaders, they have time for transformation. The student leaders, they are participating in language and driving forces. Student leaders, they are participating in modeling the change behavior, in modeling and the structure and routine, learning environment, relationship, and even opportunities to develop skills. So student leaders, you cannot talk about the school. You cannot talk about the school if there is no student leaders. So student leaders and the students must be part and parcel of the school, because the teachers work together with the student leaders. Yes, the recommendation of this research, or the recommendation or the next step, what am I advising to other teachers in the country and even the world around? We need to know this one, that everyone, we have to understand that we have to understand that leadership is not an inborn characteristic. Instead, everyone can be a leader. So we need to remove the notion that leaders, some people are going to be leaders. No one is going to be a leader, but everyone can be a leader. Also, we have to understand that students should be empowered and involved in decision making, especially those affecting their own welfare. We are not allowed to discuss everything, teachers or leaders to discuss everything. No, thank you. Instead, student leaders and even students should be given the chance to discuss, to air out their views, especially when it comes to the matters that are affecting themselves. And the last thing is designing different activities within the school that foster leadership skills to students. This will help in creating new leaders every day, because when you design a different activities, means everybody got the chance to be a leader. And the last thing I want to share is leadership development is an important part of EduLead leadership development program. So leaders should grow leaders. This is one of their most important tasks. Developing student leadership means an investment in the future of our country. Thank you for listening.